In this video I will show you how to reflow a PlayStation 3 fat or original style console. There are 3 or 4 different types of motherboards for this console. This is one of the later generations that are not backwards compatible. But of course all the boards have the same 2 chips on it, the graphics processor and the main CPU on both boards. The normal processor or the normal graphics chip that gives you the issue is this one. That one gives you the yellow light of death. The solder points underneath end up breaking away, yada yada yada. You've probably already read most of this if you've come to this video. But you want to reflow this chip. This is the main one. What you do is you're going to get Kester 951 No Clean Flux. You can get it on eBay. They do have little pins that you can get, but I don't really like those. They're a little more difficult to use. You can also get them in a bottle that are a little squeeze top, or you can get the type that have the eyedroppers. I normally buy this type. Of course, once you get the board out and get it cleaned up, you want to spray the flux around the chip. I normally spray it until you start seeing it come out on this end, and then I flip it around and do the same thing on that end, and then do it on all 4 ends, just gently after it starts coming out, just a little bit, get it in there good. And then of course I normally hit each one of these chips with some more flux, and if you want to be thorough you can also do the CPU. I've already done this particular board with the flux, so same concept, spray it in here, start seeing it come out, then just get a little bit on each side so you can make sure the whole board gets it. And then once you're done, I normally have a bracket or a setup. I usually put this on so I can make sure it's stable, but in this particular case you can just set it back onto the metal frame or metal heatsink. It won't hurt it any. I have purchased a Wagner Heatgun. They do have other types of heat guns out there. This one has a low and a high setting. This one works great. They normally want like a 1200 watt or really high wattage one that can do high heat. If you get too low of a heat, it won't work, or it may fail after so many months or very quickly. You don't want something like that. I normally heat up this chip for about 1.5 minutes. If you do it too long, it'll end up causing other issues, and then you won't be able to fix it. Or if you do it too little, you'll have issues where in a month or 2 it'll fail again. Of course, then again, even doing that 1 minute and 30 seconds, it may eventually fail on you again. The best solution is, send it off to the manufacturer, get it fixed. But that sucks because then you lose all your data on it, and you don't want to do that. Just heat it up for about 1.5 minutes. Get a stopwatch if you don't have one. That's the best suggestion. I'm counting. You may see it bubble out a little bit as you're doing it. That's normal. It's not going to hurt anything. Of course, once you hit 1.5 minutes, you don't have to turn it off because you're actually going to hit these chips real quick, just fairly quickly, kind of get a little bit of the heat on it. Sometimes you can wait and then hit those chips later, but the heat dies down, and then of course you don't really get the same effect. So I normally do it right after. Of course, you don't have to count on those. I usually just do it for about 10 seconds or so. Once you're done, and you don't want to move this for a few minutes after, about 5 minutes or so, but in this particular case, I'm just going to show you anyways. Cause problems, I guess. But you want to put thermal compound on both chips, and you want to put usually about a dime size, if not a little less than that, on there. Note in this case I'm not actually touching the chip. I don't want to cause any damage to it if I can avoid it. And if you get it on there, you want to get it in the center. In this particular case I'm just making a mess. Get about a dime size amount on there. Put too much on there, it'll overflow. Put too little on there and then you won't have enough, and then it'll overheat again. And like I said, it's not the best way to show you how to do it since I'm just splattering it all over the place. But you get the same concept. I normally buy Ceramique 2 style Arctic Silver. The original Ceramique didn't do as good, but this one does seem to do a little bit better on the PlayStation systems. You can buy silver based or the other types, but you don't really get a huge benefit from it. This is the cheaper type. This is a 22 gram syringe, 25 gram syringe that has a lot of thermal compound in it for a lot of systems. I don't know how many systems I can do, but you can do a lot with this. Of course, once you get it done, you just reassemble the system and then hope and pray it works. Thank you.